Hey everybody, Real with Wes coming at you day 2 here talking about living free. And really, what are we talking about living free? From fear, ultimately, from governing and dominating our lives and our thoughts and our emotions and our decision making only today. So I'm going to talk about all week long, kind of hitting some different symptoms that fear so you can recognize it and know how to deal with it. Because where do we deal with fear? Internally. There may be obviously external circumstances and situations, but how we react to it or respond to it or how we navigate it starts with how we deal with it when it becomes in the internal part. So yesterday I talked about not being afraid of mistakes. Today I want to deal with the fear of being patient in the passage of time. When pressure gets on us, when circumstances get on us, it's easy to want to try to jump out of the pressure really quick. And many of the times when we get impatient and try to force things or fix things ourselves or try to get a quick microwave solution, we get short-term relief, but doesn't bring long-term deliverance. Hope you catch that. It brings short-term relief, but not long-term deliverance is what it does. And many times, if we will realize we'll be patient for a moment and let it play out instead of trying to get right out from under the pressure, we'll actually come up with a working solution. Now, when I say actually come up, it's giving God time to work with us and us working with God here to work the situation out. Because God's intent is full deliverance, not just temporary relief. But if you'll give it time to play out, there'll come that solution where now I'm making decisions I'm working towards. Maybe this may be a short-term season of having to put up with some extra foolishness, some extra garbage, some extra painful stuff, but it will turn into long-term results instead of the short-term quick gain is what that is. Now, where does all that come from? How do we deal with those things? Well, what is impatience actually? What fuels impatience? I've learned this in my own life. It's fear at the end of the day. It's fear of maybe things aren't going to work out, or fear if I don't hurry up and do something, this is going to hurt me, this is going to shut me down, this is going to stop me from moving forward. It could be all these different reasons. So you got to ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? Because what you're afraid of is putting pressure, and it's the fear internally that's putting pressure. I got to do something now, I got to do something now, I got to do something now. That causes us to be impatient. So how do we exercise patience? Well, we deal with the fear. When you're not afraid, and it's not saying you're not afraid at all. It's when you don't let fear govern you and run the show and start running you internally. It can be around you, the pressure can be on, but internally it starts hijacking you and running the show. When you can sidestep that fear, you can enter into the place of patience. Because patience is saying also, hey, God, I trust you that we'll figure this out. I trust that you know better on the timing. I trust you if I get behind, you'll get me ahead. If I get in front of you, you'll get me in sync with you. I'm putting my trust in you, God, that this will work out and that you are working for me and you are not absent of care when it comes to my situation and things. So we settle down and become patient is what that is. That's where faith and patience works together in trouble, in all the seasons we go through. So where am I landing today? Don't let the impatience or the passage of time run the show of your life and make a short-term decision that doesn't bring long-term deliverance. And how we deal with that is recognize that, hey, I'm afraid of something and I need to deal with that fear and give this over to God and trust God for his wisdom, how to navigate the situation and start letting that dictate my life, which God's perfect will is I will experience a long-term deliverance in this moment, and he'll help me through the short-term pressures. What he'll do, the grace of God covers it all. All right, hope that helped you out a little bit today to maybe have a better day. This will take some time. It takes practice. We all don't get this just tomorrow, but you can start the work today, and that's the awesome thing about it. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Catch you tomorrow.